Hi, this is CL Brown with my three-point shots from day one of the ACC tournament. We had the opening game with Pittsburgh and Wake Forest. Pittsburgh advances with an 81-72 win. More importantly, right now, Pittsburgh will go on to play NC State, the number 5 seed, in the second round of the tournament on Wednesday. But right now for Wake Forest, the questions really begin. The question is, will Danny Manning be back for another season as head coach? During the press conference, he was asked about if he expects to return. He said absolutely, and we will basically be watching the clock and waiting to see what's going to happen. I think there's been a lot of fan apathy this year at Wake Forest. It will be interesting to see how new athletic director John Curry, what decision he moves in with Manning. Shot number 2, North Carolina. Looked like the North Carolina team that we expected all season in a 23-point win over Virginia Tech. Carolina as the number 14 seed for the first time in program history. They were the last seed, the bottom seed in the ACC tournament, but it certainly didn't look like an 11-14 game tonight. Brandon Robinson had a big game with 5 3-pointers, 5 of 6 shooting from 3-point range, and finished with 17 points for the Tar Heels. Garrison Brooks also had another solid game. Didn't get the 25-point plateau that he's reached for the previous 4 straight games. We put him in the same company as Antoine Jamison. Was the last Tar Heel to do that since Antoine Jamison. But nevertheless, he still had a solid game and led the team. The thing that's interesting about Carolina playing here is the lift that they get from Greensboro, from essentially being a home team in this arena. Brandon Robinson mentioned a game in 2017 in the regular season when there was a water, I don't remember if it was water freezing, there was water problems in Chapel Hill. They couldn't play the game at the Dean Dome. They moved the regular season game against Notre Dame here to the Greensboro Coliseum, and this is essentially a de facto home court for North Carolina. We will see how that plays out when they play Syracuse in round 2. They have won 9 straight games against the Orange. They have found the secret to breaking down that Syracuse zone. We will see if that streak will go to 10 tomorrow. The third and final shot is the coronavirus. It's kind of a cloud that is lingering over obviously all of America and the world at large outside of Antarctica. But right now, you know, the ACC put out a statement earlier in the day that the tournament will go on. We've seen the Ivy League tournament canceled. We've seen different places talk about maybe limiting crowds or no crowds at all for athletic events. So I think it's something very much that is a fluid situation, and even though they said it will continue, you know, things change depending on how severe or how under control the virus seems to be. But the players right now, even the coaches, are not talking as if they are too concerned about continuing to play, as long as they're taking the proper precaution, washing hands, not shaking hands, things of that nature. So that'll wrap up my three-point shots from the opening round of the ACC tournament. Please click on clbrownhoops.com for more coverage of ACC basketball, and click the like and subscribe buttons, please, for CL Brown Hoops YouTube channel.